Well, we're gonna scrape the bottom of the barrel today, Tony. There's not too much going on in crypto. I had initially titled this, "What the hell is happening in crypto?" I was on a boat with Kevin Labno on the trade desk once, and that's all the captain of the boat continued to say, which that's a really wild story. But
what, you and Kevin Labno on a boat together?
Yeah, with Mike Martin.
I don't think you're supposed to talk about that in public.
Well, there were other people as well, and
okay.
It was a fishing charter. Mike Martin from tastycrypto took us out like the only day last summer where it was the most ridiculous storm, torrential downpour, lightning. Couldn't walk from the house to the car without just getting absolutely soaked.
And you went out on a boat?
Well, yeah, we went out on the boat. I was with Mike Martin.
It was prepaid.
It was, yeah. We were on a mission, and the captain of the boat, the other guys, they had been partying all night because they did not expect crazy people to show up at the docks at 6 a.m. given the conditions, right? I mean, what sane person would do that? So warned us, told us how we were not going to have any fun. They'd take us out about a mile, and then we would have to make the decision because they're going to charge us if we go any farther than that. We were hell-bent on going out there. These guys were clearly still intoxicated. A woman emerged from below deck, maybe midway through the charter. No shoes, started swigging some tequila. It was just insane. And for as terrible as the conditions were, we were smoking fish. We caught at least 12.
Awesome.
It was,
On Lake Michigan?
On Lake Michigan, yeah.
Yeah, all salmon?
No, it was like end of June, I think, or maybe it was in July. But yeah, I guess would it be like lake trout? I think is probably
Halibut.
Okay. And then we had one steelhead, but it got away.
Nice.
Yeah. So I don't know where I was going with that, but
mahi.
Yeah, that's a good fish. Yeah.
Shark.
I've never had. People don't eat shark, right? That's not a thing. Is it?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't go fishing, and therefore I don't eat what I capture or catch, whatever they call it.
Well, you got to open invite.
Saj goes in there. Saj goes in there with his hands. He goes noodling.
Noodling for the catfish. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not never noodling or never. Yeah. Fishing doesn't do anything for me.
Well, if you ever want to join, open invite. You as well, Tony. You can come on the next charter. We'll have a hell of a time.
I like it. Okay.
So anyways, it was originally called What the Hell, because that's all the captain said the entire time that we were out there. That said, there's not too much going on in crypto. I want to cover a couple stories really quickly, just taking a look at kind of our crypto market awareness. Not a lot has changed. We're seeing a little bit of a pickup in vol here, so you can expect almost a $2,000 move. That's going to put you, let's say 24,000 on the downside, and still within that range that we've been trading sideways in. Like I said, vol picking up a little bit, but IV rank still right around 19, towards the low end of the range there. Bitcoin market dominance has been the key theme, and so it's really been Bitcoin over everything. We've seen a couple spikes in a lot of these altcoins or just anything other than Bitcoin following the SEC Ripple court ruling, following some of the ETF news around Grayscale and the SEC court ruling, but we just have not seen any of that price action hold to the upside. And so it continues to be Bitcoin over everything. You can see some of that relative performance to give some of the larger market cap tokens there. And I think until you get out of this period where you're seeing higher rates and a stronger dollar, it's just going to be tough for some of this stuff, not just Bitcoin, but for some of the other, let's say high beta kind of tech oriented names, small caps. I mean, it's just not a good environment for these sorts of things. And so we're continuing to trade sideways. That said, what is happening in crypto? Couple topics or themes here to cover, and I think you guys had discussed this. One of these, the stoner cats, which I'd never heard of until yesterday.
Panetta talked about it this morning.
Yeah, so you've been prepped. We can get into the stoner cats here.
Yeah, no, not really. Like those are the kind of stories that, first of all, I believe it, but I don't
It doesn't really matter.
There's so much pump and dumping that takes place everywhere. Like people put up prints, just to get, like, who knows?
Right.
I don't buy any of that stuff.
There is an element to this that I love about crypto, which I'll mention in just a second. But want to get your thoughts on, and again, like I said, scraping the bottom of the barrel here today. The choice was talk about some of these topics or get really technical and do a little bit of an education section. I chose the former. But the big kind of news, or maybe that matters in terms of price action, is that as the bankruptcy proceeding around FTX continues, we now have, or FTX has had given the approval to start to sell some of its positions.
But who wants to buy an FTX token? Like,
well, this would be like if FTX owns a bunch of Apple stock and they have to liquidate it.
right, but they still are FTX tokens.
No, they're not. So if we jump to
isn't it SOL mostly?
Yeah, they have a very large Solana position.
Oh, okay,
That's
got it.
theirs. So
Yeah.
here's
Okay,
why
got
this
it.
might matter, and this is
It's liquidating assets. Not like any company.
I got it. I didn't understand
They're selling
that.
the chairs.
I didn't understand. Perfect. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. So there's a little bit of concern here in the market that you're going to see some selling pressure. There'll be a little bit of a ceiling. Curious if this matters in your guys' opinion, but some details around this. So 3.4 billion in token holdings and 200 million in real estate. Not that applies here, but the biggest position is Solana, $1.6 billion worth of that token as of August 31st. Bitcoin, about $500 million, almost 200 million in ETH, and then APT is Aptos, so 137 million there. And you can see the weekly performance again, that theme that I mentioned. Bitcoin on a relative basis has been outperforming. Everything else has been a little bit weaker, but this is going to start, if it hasn't already. It's planned to, or they're planning to sell 100 million per week here. Mike Novogratz is overseeing this from Galaxy Digital. They can increase this to 200 million a week. I don't know.
Well, it seems like the
happens.
market sold off in advance of this, and then now they're bringing it back because they realize, isn't it a good thing?
I think so. I
Yeah.
mean, the
Yeah.
sooner that we can get through all of this, and then it's no longer hanging over everybody's head. But I think to your point, you see a little bit of the front running or buy the rumor, sell the news, sort of thing. What is interesting about this is if we go back to when this all collapsed, there was a concern that nobody was going to get their money back, that everybody was completely wiped out. And of the 8.7 billion, which I suppose was, thought to be stolen at first or thought to be lost, they've recovered 7.3 billion of this, so about 75%. And you will see, a lot of creditors and customers get some money back. They're not going to be completely made whole, but I think that's pretty good given the circumstances. That said, if you're a lawyer on this case, which I think in their defense too, this is unprecedented. The mess that they've had to sort through, there was no controls. There's really nothing in place, putting all the puzzle pieces together. But the lawyers have banked 200 million in fees on this so far since July. Is that?
That's how it always is, isn't it?
But I mean, is that just
it's
an
not
insane number or not?
Nothing surprises me that the lawyers are the ones that always, how they get $200 million on this, I don't even know.
They charge $2,000 an hour. There's like 40 of them, I think, that have charged that. That's the rate.
Yeah, because that's what they're worth, $2,000 an hour. Sure. So think about how ridiculous that is. But you kind of feel like as somebody that's going to lose money in this deal, that like you should have negotiated better with these lawyers, because you could have got the same lawyers for $1,000 an hour or $700 an hour. The legal fees are crazy. I remember when we used to think $125 an hour was a lot,
right? And
then $250 was a lot, and then $700 an hour, $1,000 an hour. It's so ridiculous.
2,000 now.
It's so ridiculous.
Wild.
It's just it actually just pisses me off, because it just pisses me off. Because the lawyers that charge $2,000 an hour are the ones that are absolutely not worth it, because they don't do anything anyway. They just pass it on to somebody else.
Yeah, that is
such a scam.
A ridiculous amount of money in legal fees. So 200 million has gone to lawyers, 7.3 billion recovered. we could see some selling pressure. But I guess, does this matter in the grand scheme of things, or is it just something we get through?
It doesn't really matter. The only thing that matters in the grand scheme of things, they just got to get through it. What really matters in the grand scheme of things is what kind of message do they send with Sam Bankman-Fried and the entire, unwind of this whole thing. I think that does matter. I think in the end, from Elizabeth Holmes to Sam Bankman-Fried, things like that, I think that it does send a message.
Okay.
I really do. I think it does. And I think that they have to, ultimately, let's see how that all plays out. But, this FTX thing it's a great movie topic.
Yeah, it's going to be
unbelievable.
Amazing.
Yeah. It's just... the only place it could have happened was in digital assets, and I'm sure FTX is not alone. I'm sure, from Mount Gox all the way on down, that it's just one after another. But in the end, how cool must this technology be to withstand all this stuff?
Right. Yeah, I think it certainly, you have the scar tissue, but it strengthens you over time in a sense. Yeah. Sam is still in jail, and he has lost his bid for pretrial release. I think the argument was the Wi-Fi signal wasn't strong enough in jail to prepare some of his materials for defense, but he has not been released. Do you think he's going to see lengthy prison time here?
I do.
Okay.
I do. I think that they have to teach. I think they have to teach him a lesson, and I think that I don't know what lengthy prison time is. At least 12 years.
Okay.
12 to 20.
Because I think my view initially was this guy's almost untouchable, just given how much money was kind of flowing to the people in positions of power. But
no, positions of power is bullshit. I mean, the money he spent money on both political parties. He didn't care. It doesn't matter when it's not your money.
Right.
Like you just freaking you're. It's like Robin Hood. You're just whatever. Spread it out. Yeah. When it's not your money. It's just this whole skin in the game thing. When it's not your money, you can do anything. Nothing means anything. You give this candidate money, you give this person, it doesn't matter. You're just stealing the money anyway. It's so crazy.
Yeah, the size is just insane.
The size is insane. But, people will, the message here is that there's an incredible amount of money out there that is searching for a speculative home. And they want something new.
Well, let's talk about...
that's you and Coin.
Oh, that was my coin, Phil? Okay, good. Yeah, we were just buying back some. I've been selling puts in Coinbase, and it's been a good trade.
Okay, yeah, that's been a great trade. I was hoping that you were bullish on it as we're doing crypto conversations. You're not out here just getting filled on short positions in Coinbase.
No, not
at all.
No, I've been trading Coinbase. Every time it dips, I sell puts. And I was selling calls earlier this year, and selling calls in Coinbase did not work. Okay. So I have completely flipped to the other side, and all I do in Coinbase is sell puts on down moves, and every single trade's a winner. so I've totally changed my tune in there.
Is it surprising to you at all? Because I think a lot of people are confused given the price action in Coinbase. SEC lawsuit and the stock doubles. The SEC is coming after them harder than anybody else, and the stock is ripping higher. Now, a lot has happened, obviously, that has given people maybe a change of mind around that situation. But surprised at all that you see those sorts of things?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. I think that Coinbase has won me over as a huge fan of any company that seems to have the integrity and kind of the balls to stand up to the SEC. They won me over.
Well, in terms of a crypto-oriented trade, you get a little bit more vol in there relative to Bitcoin, and you have a really strong positive correlation, as you guys know. So another way to express the view. But to talk about speculation, I know you had touched on stoner cats with Veneta. The SEC is coming after everyone. Curious to get your thoughts on this, and if you've already gone over this, so I won't spend too much time in it. But yesterday, some news came out that the SEC charged Stoner Cats, which is a show, it was a series of, I think, 6 episodes or so, that they sold NFTs ahead of this, and it gave the people that held the NFT access to the show, kind of direct access maybe to some ways to the content creators. A lot of big names involved: Mila Kunis, Ashton Kutcher, Chris Rock. So some big names here. But the SEC has settled with Stoner Cats for $1 million. A couple SEC commissioners have dissented here and compared this to what we saw in the 70s, or I wasn't alive, so I didn't see it. But what happened in the 70s with Star Wars, and kind of thinking about this as almost crowdfunding. But I think the thing that's most interesting to me about this, and what I love about crypto, is out of nowhere, like, these did not trade, nobody cared, no one knew about it. The only people that cared, I suppose, were the SEC, and now the NFTs are trading, and you've kind of seen this with some of the Trump NFTs too, but now they're trading again, and the floor price here on OpenSea, the largest NFT marketplace, has doubled. They originally sold for $800, so everybody lost money, but at the end of the day, if you were just buying these based on these kind of announcements, or just, whatever you just want to pump, you saw that you made some money here.
Do you know something I've learned in the last 40 years as being an investor of just various things in the world, just like, crazy stuff that I've done? Every time that I go the traditional route and buy like traditional assets, like just traditional assets, it never works. Every time there's some crazy, insane asset that I should probably like never ever touch, they always work. Yeah. I can't explain it. So like, it totally makes sense to me why people buy all this crap. It totally does now. Like, it didn't forever, but it does now.
I love it.
Yeah, I understand it. I get it.
If you're a risk taker, somebody with a high appetite for risk, which I think we all are, you love to speculate. It gets kind of beyond the idea that you're investing in anything. But crypto is the best place for this, and I don't know how long that lasts. It is a lot of fun. I see why people are drawn to it, because it's not just things like this. I mean, there are tokens that pop up where they're not necessarily easy to access, but the dumbest things make the most money.
I know.
Which is awesome.
I know. I just find that, like you got to buy assets. Just got to buy assets. That's it. All right. Well, those are the 2 things, I suppose, that are going on in crypto. To wrap it up, a couple announcements. I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, we've been battling back and forth, not so much a battle, but just trying to get our app reviewed and approved by the Apple App Store, iOS App Store. Finally launched a new version. We've got a lot more coming, but if you guys have been waiting for an updated app here, we now have some new features. We got token auto detect, so as soon as you import your wallet, add any new tokens, it's automatically going to show those balances, whereas before you have to add this manually. We have some updates to the token swap in there. We've got a gas tracker feature, which is unique. I haven't seen this anywhere else. It's going to give you a look at where the average gas price is on the network, so you can put a little context around it. That's nice.
Yeah, so we've got some more things coming like this. We've expanded our NFT support, NFT transfer functionality. We now support in the app various types of NFTs, so it's not just a JPEG, it could be a video file, an audio file.
Can you move in money now?
So that is very, very close. All the tech's done.
Yeah.
You've got what I'll call the red tape, I suppose, that we have to get through. But being reviewed by the compliance team, everything has been approved. We've gone through the risk meetings that we typically have. So all good stuff there. That's coming soon. You'll be able to transfer in and out of the brokerage. We're also working inside of the tastycrypto app to give you the ability to log right into tastytrade via the API.
Nice.
So you can do it all in one place. I'm really excited about that, and we have a lot more that we're going to announce here over the next month. But update in the App Store, in the Google Play Store as well. And then final announcement, again, a call to join the Tasty Crypto community. Check us out on Discord. Check us out on X at tastycrypto. We've got a space today at 11 a.m. Central. We've been doing a lot of spaces on Twitter. We've got a space today with Builder Metrics, going to talk about Uniswap, liquidity pools, DeFi. We've got an alpha group in Discord that you can join. Basically just have to click a couple of buttons. You get the Tasty role. We talk trading, talk ideas
And you
in
get
there.
a Tasty Crypto shirt.
You can get a Tasty Crypto shirt now in the Tasty Trade store.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, those are available, but we're giving them away as well. We've got some contests. We give ETH away, just trying to incentivize that community growth or foster that growth there. And yeah, those are the announcements. I got some pictures from my trip if you want to see them really quickly.
It's show and tell, Sosnoff. You love these.
Yeah, look at what you're missing. You got to get out to Canada.
Where's this?
Wow, what is that called? A vacation?
Yeah, well,
Where is this?
Wow.
this is in, so the picture to the left, in the upper left corner, is in Canmore, which is it's west of Calgary. So all this is west
this
of
is
Calgary.
Canada.
Yeah, Canada, Canadian Rockies.
I thought it was Machu Picchu.
I didn't know where the hell this is. Could you tell what this is? I didn't know
Southern
this is-
Illinois.
Yeah, Southern Illinois. It looks beautiful.
Yeah, really cool out there. So I just want to show you guys, I missed you last week, but that's where I'm at. Got to get out to the Canadian Rockies. Lower right corner, that's Lake Louise. That's me up on top of the mountain overlooking Lake Louise. And then...
Were you visiting Canada so we could finally open Tasty Trade in Canada?
Yeah, I was doing some work while I was up
reconnaissance?
there. Yeah. Hanging out.
Beautiful.
I don't see you didn't plant the flag.
I didn't know we had a flag.
Okay.
I'm going to Jackson Hole next week to finish up my mountain trips. I'll bring the flag. You just got to show me where it is. Put it on
Got
the
it.
top of the mountain. But that's it for crypto conversations.
Good job.
Thank
Good
you,
job,
sir.
baby. We're going to take a quick 90-second break. But I don't know why you were watching. NASDAQ actually turned red. It was down around 15 for a quick second. It's up 18 right now. Even the S&P's up 17. Volatility still in red. But we're going to take a quick 90-second break.
Did they
we'll come
open
back
up,
and get a market measure next. Thank you, Ryan.
Did they open up ARM yet?
Not that I saw.